You know, I was raised up on SNL. I remember back in my day, it was actually pretty good. I watched Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Chris Farley. Some of these other guys were hilarious to me. Mike Myers, still probably one of my favorite comedic actors when it comes to Austin Powers. I quote that movie all the time. But SNL's been diving into the politics pretty hard, and I remember when they were roasting Bush and things like that, and it was funny. But I don't remember them doing this with Obama, and I mean, they did it with Biden some, but it seems like they've really gone hard on Trump, and so is South Park. I love South Park, though. But I think anybody that really enjoys comedy, you have to risk being a little bit offensive, and sometimes it is what it is. SNL tries to roast the Trump administration and make fun of the ICE raids, but it ends up backfiring, in my opinion, and they make a pretty sweet ad for them. I'm not going to lie, so let's get off into this clip.
Hold my gun. That's right, it's me, Kristi Noem. I spell my name with an I because that's how I thought it was spelled. And I'm the rarest type of person in Washington, D.C., a brunette that Donald Trump listens to. I'm here to tell you that this Democrat government shutdown needs to end now.
Well, the Democrats are even more eager to end this shutdown than our Republican colleagues.
Ha! That makes me laugh more than the end of Old Yeller.
So
okay, it's not a bad joke because she did shoot her dog. You know what I mean? And we be roasting people here, you know. But I think they've kind of, you know, beat this one to a pulp. The whole icing her dog and things like that. But it seems like when you hurt animals, man, it's hard to get away from it. I mean, look at Hassan Piker. He's getting ate up right now.
Agents are working without pay. Luckily, my boys at ICE don't mind. They're in it for the love of the game. And how did I find them? By running ads like this. Do you need a job now? Yeah. Are you a big tough guy? Yeah. Tough enough for the army or police? No. But do you take supplements that you bought at a gas station? Daily. Do you like to use zip ties because people in your life don't trust you with keys? You know it. Then buckle up and slap on some Oakley's, big boy. Welcome to ICE.
Does that answer your question?
No, not even a little bit.
Then our work here is done. And live from New York!
Okay.
Yeah, and so the whole thing is like people defending our country are getting mocked. It's like, okay, I guess I can understand that to a certain point. It does look a little extreme on the news, but when it comes to defending your country, I don't think there's, you know, like, it's not a bad thing to want to defend your country and have a little bit of patriotism, you know. So here's the ad they put together to try to like, ICE put this ad together and actually turned out to be
Government agents are working without pay. Luckily, my boys at ICE don't mind. They're in it for the love of the game. And how did I find them? By running ads like this.
Lord have mercy. If I put this on the problem, I can't help but solve it. What's on my head, but for my target. Extra come retarded, should have been about it.
Yeah, see, I think this ad is pretty sweet. I'm not gonna now. Am I gonna go join ICE? No. But if people know they can go join ICE to defend their country, I feel like it's something that a lot of guys will do right now. But, you know, Twitter's in a frenzy, and it just seems like, since when did it become so bad to want to defend what you, like, the country that has given you every privilege that you have, right? The reason it's just so weird to me because, like, we are so privileged to live in this country. Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. I'm so blessed to be an American. So blessed, so thankful as well to be an American and to be born here. I could have been born in a third world country. When I was 14, I traveled to the Philippines. And let me tell you right now, bro, the Philippines was like going back 100 years. Dirt roads, you're still recycling glass bottles. And it's nothing against the Filipino people. They're some of the most kind people, but they're just not there as far as their infrastructure. It's just not there. And people that knew I was from the United States, they knew I was from America, they looked at me like I was some like alien. They're like, whoa, you're from America, this is crazy. And even my best friend at the time, he was Filipino. His whole family was. They would go over there every 3 years, and so I went over there with them, and even they were treated like, oh, you got to go to America, you got to go to the promised land. Like, people would do anything to make it to America, yet there's people here in America that want to just talk down on America. But it's like, bro, you live here, and the only reason you have the privilege to talk out the side of your neck is because you live in America. If you lived in another country, you probably wouldn't be worrying about it. Privilege is blind to those who have it, man. And people over here in this country, they will complain about things when they have every privilege in the world. You can speak freely. Nobody's going to come knocking at your door. Even they're doing like, what are they doing? Like digital IDs in the UK. I was talking to Simp Saver Sam. He's like, bro, the digital IDs are coming. This is getting crazy. This is getting real bad. I was like, man, that's insane. Digital IDs? Like in the UK, they're arresting people over Facebook posts. You can say whatever you want. You can dye your hair, pierce your face, get tattoos all over your body, and still get a job. In other countries, it's not a thing. You think it's happening in China? Get a bunch of facial piercings and a bunch of tattoos? Or in Japan? I'm pretty sure if you have a bunch of tattoos in Japan, they might think you're a Yakuza. Or maybe I'm ignorant in that regard. I don't know. But so I've just never understood why people complain so much. Like, we have it so good. There's people willing to die to try to make it over here, yet you think this country's terrible. And then when you ask those same people, the liberals, all right, well, if you hate America so much, where are you going to go? They have no idea where they would go because they know this country's great and they know they want to stay. They know they want to stay. I am so privileged to have been born and raised in America, in Texas specifically. I love where I'm from. Is it perfect? No. No country ever is, dude. Would you rather live in Bogota, Colombia? Would you rather live in Manila, in the Philippines? You know, would you rather live in North Korea? You know, like, we have so many privileges here that it's crazy to me. I was talking to Simp Saver Sam the other day because he's in the UK, and so we kind of go back and forth about stuff. And he was like, bro, I'm trying to get over to you guys. I'm trying to get to the US. Do you think our country would be so bad if we had people trying to get to us? That's what I don't get. It's like the privilege that people have and the arrogance that people have about this country being so terrible is so wild to me. It's like, bruh, we live in the greatest country ever. The greatest country ever, and you want to complain about the things that we've been given. You were just born into this stuff. You were born into it, and now you want to complain about it. So many privileges that we have. Look at this. I can have this studio here. I can make videos online. This little boy can lay in his bed. Like, so blessed. And that's something, as I've found my religion this past like year or two, because I used to be a raging atheist, chat. As I found my religion, I found out that, like, I was not being grateful enough and thankful enough for the things I had in my life. I wake up every day and I'm not in a poverty-stricken, war-stricken country. I wake up every day, I hear the birds chirping. You know, the weather's pretty nice right now in Texas. The people around me are very nice. You know, I'm going out running errands with Cass. People saying, God bless you. Have a great morning. Good morning. People saying hi, waving at you. In other countries, it's not a thing. People are trying to rob you. I was at we were at a chiropractor appointment this morning because Cass, you know, is pregnant and trying to get everything loosened up for her. And one of the chiropractors is Puerto Rican. And we were talking to him and his wife about how bad Puerto Rico is. He's like, bro, you can't even put your phone in your back pocket right now. You'll get robbed. You can't leave your car anywhere. It'll get broken into. He's like, it's really bad over there. He's like, we go like maybe once a year, but we're not going a ton. And we definitely don't want to live over there. Because I made the joke. I was like, yeah, we need to move to Puerto Rico. No taxes. Get a house. No income tax. He's like, there's a reason for that. You do not want to live in Puerto Rico, brother. He's like, trust me. You do not want to live in Puerto Rico right now. He's like, it is bad. It is very bad. You do not want to live over there. You do not want to live over there. And I was like, you know what? It makes total sense. I probably would not want to live over there. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see here. Here's some more stuff from The View. What are these women even talking about now? I thought this lady was supposed to wear a MAGA hat.
Half of you are claiming you want to stop.
That's a good point.
You know, you mentioned Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yes.
I'm getting worried that she and I agree on stuff now.
Yes. That's why I thought you were talking about.
I'm telling you, the left is pushing more right, bro. I wake up every day more conservative and Republican. It's crazy. Bro, before you know it, I'm probably going to have a MAGA hat on.
I mean, she has said that Republican men are weak and they're afraid of strong Republican women.
Ooh, don't agree with that.
Yeah, and that
she's got it over here from Mike Johnson. You know that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
She didn't get along with him last year, but she thinks that Trump is not weak. He's the only one that's not weak, according to her.
Yeah, Trump's the only man. Bro, stop it.
Also saying that
but she's attacking her own party right now. So you say, you had the question, what's going to happen?
Isn't she married?
I think that somebody like her could take the whole thing down.
Well, also,
bro, there ain't no way Marjorie Taylor Greene's taking the whole thing down. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Stop it, bro. If anything, she's kind of a laughingstock. I mean, some of the stuff she does is ridiculous to me. I haven't been following her recently, but yeah, her take the whole thing down. Bro, one person ain't taking down the whole government, bro. It's just not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Ain't that right, Loki? I've fallen at work and been injured. Oh, wait. I should call my lawyer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
Hey, John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. It's Levi Nichs of YouTube. Can I get some cash, please?
Morgan & 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 Morgan.
Did you know that your injury could be worth millions of dollars? Morgan & Morgan is the largest injury law firm in America, and they've recovered over $20 billion for their clients. $20 billion? That's a lot of cash. The insurance companies tried to lowball me, but Morgan & Morgan was able to take my pain and suffering and turn it into cold, hard cash. It's almost a good thing I was injured. But wait. How much is Morgan & Morgan gonna cost me? You never owe them legal fees unless they're successful. So it's completely free unless you win? Yeah. Hiring a lawyer? That sounds like really difficult. It's actually super easy. You can just go to their website, and in a couple clicks, you can find out if you have a case. And you can literally do it from your smartphone. And remember, there is only one Morgan & Morgan. Wait, but it's two names though. How is it? Give me the script. Oh, both their last names. Okay, I get it. Okay, roll it. You can start your claim today by going to forthepeople.com/Levi, found in the description below. So if you're injured, you can trust Morgan & Morgan. Y'all know what time it is. Wow, he always wakes up during that Morgan & Morgan ad. He always knows it's food time. Free. Sit. Wait. Free. Free. Go to your place. Act like you ain't gonna eat that, bro. Come on now. Loki was like, I don't even care if it's in my face.
Whoop de doo.
Doesn't even matter to me. Doesn't even matter to me. Let's get into some clips here. Let's see here. This isn't a government shutdown. This is a hostage situation, huh? What has this chick got to say? I'll be honest, I don't know much about this government shutdown, so we're going to dig into this a little bit, just because I haven't really dug into it yet.
Wait, they want to sue him for paying military members during a government shutdown. To every Democrat and liberal out there, why the fuck do you guys stand by this? So they're out here fighting for healthcare for illegal immigrants, but they want to sue the Trump administration for paying for military members' salaries during a shutdown. No, you know what? This isn't a shutdown. This is a hostage situation, because give us what we want or else. Shouldn't it be America first? Shouldn't we be worried about paying our military members, the ones who are out there keeping us safe?
Yeah, we should 100% be paying those guys.
No. They want to make sure that military members don't get paid. They are asking, well, where's all this random money from the tariffs coming from to keep the women and infant children's program open? So wait a minute, you mean to tell me that you guys knew exactly what was going on, you knew exactly how much money was there, and yet you just want to make sure that that gets allocated to illegal immigrants? But for what? Oh, I think we all know. You guys are losing voters by the day. Every single thing that comes out, like, I don't know, peace in the Middle East, that he is solving for you guys are losing voters. You are losing people on your side. And now you're desperate that you have to go and create voters. Again, this is not a shutdown. I'm not arguing with anybody in my comment section about, oh, well, Trump owns the House and the Senate. He can just call everybody back in together. And if he's such a great peace deal maker, then maybe he just needs to make that happen. I'm not arguing with you guys, because this is no longer a shutdown. This is a hostage situation.
Okay, wow. I didn't even know that. But yeah, I think those people should be getting paid right now. Now there's certain things that, like maybe somebody that works on base, that works at the BX or something like that. I think they should be accumulating those hours, but I even think those guys should be getting paid. I think everybody should be getting paid. If you're working, you should be getting paid, dude. This is a video of a guy who is basically saying, I'm done with the other side. I think this is a Chicago resident here. Let's get off into this clip.
I don't know how it go in your city, town, state, but in Chicago, when we go vote, you always got 2-3 women at the door telling you to vote all Democrat. They don't give you the history of nobody. They don't tell you what neighborhood these people from. They tell everybody in line, just vote blue. Now tell me what type of... I'm done.
Which is so wild to me, because the KKK was started by the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party wanted slavery. This is what's so wild to me. But I think we're seeing a shift. Women like this, typically you guys know I'd be cooking her. We got the septum ring, you got the rainbow colored hair. These are usually the women that are at the brunt of a bad joke of mine. But let's just listen to her.
Happy birthday, Charlie Kirk.
She's saying happy birthday, Charlie Kirk. We're finally shifting the tides, chat.
I hope that you are resting in peace with Jesus and that you are looking down and you are seeing all the positive changes that you have sparked in so many people's lives. You completely changed my life. You changed the way that I think. And you have inspired me down a path of becoming a much better version of myself. May God infinitely bless your family in your absence. Bless Erica Kirk for continuing your legacy. You will forever be missed.
Bro, I'm telling you, I love seeing this stuff. That's awesome. She's the usual suspects, though, chat. People that I would straight up cook like an air fryer. You know what I'm saying? I'd put her in the oven 375 and straight roast her. Because nobody's safe around here. But the tides are shifting, man. The tides are shifting. People are waking up. People that were on the left are jumping over to the right. Hell, I was super moderate, man. I was always in the middle. I always told you guys I wasn't gonna, kind of speak on politics. I always avoided it. I kind of stayed in the middle, tried to avoid it. But after this stuff, man, after the Charlie Kirk assassination, I felt like I had to. I kind of woke up. I don't know if you guys have felt the same way. But going back to the government shutdown, this is from Speaker Johnson. He exposes that Democrats, in order to reopen the government, want $24.6 million for climate resilience. I don't know much about climate change. I don't know if it's happening. I don't know if it's imminent doom. I just know that summers are hot and winters are cold. In Honduras, this is where this money's supposed to go. $3.9 million to LGBTQI plus democracy grants. Get rid of that $3.9 million. In the Balkans, why are we in the Balkans? And $2 million for feminist democratic principles in Africa. What in the fudge is that?
And they would send $500 million to liberal news outlets by refunding the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. It would also restore up to $5 billion of American taxpayer funds for wasteful spending for international projects. Here's a couple of examples. This is in their legislation, their counterproposal on the CR to keep the lights open. This is what they want to do. They want to spend $24.6 million of your hard-earned dollars as a taxpayer for climate resilience in Honduras.
Okay, let's as we go through these, chat, put a 1 in the chat if you don't want your money going to that. So I'm gonna put a 1. I don't want my money going to climate resilience in Honduras.
They want to spend $13.4 million for civic engagement in Zimbabwe.
Okay. I don't want any of my taxpayer money going to civic engagement in Zimbabwe.
They want to send $3.9 million for LGBTQI plus democracy grants in the Western Balkans.
Yeah, that's another 1. I don't want any of my money going to that.
They want to spend $2.9 million of your dollars for desert locust risk reduction in the Horn of Africa.
That sounds like the next Resident Evil movie, Resident Evil Desert Locust. What is that? Mad Max Desert Locust. What is that? Desert locust? You mean a grasshopper?
Africa. And $2 million for, quote, organizing for feminist democratic principles in Africa.
Oh, absolutely not. Feminism has ruined society, bro. That's what they want our tax dollars going to, bro. Me and you, chat. Me and you paying tax dollars for that. For that right there. That, to me, absolutely insane. I don't want none of my money going to that. I don't want none of my money to go to that. I know we reacted to a video the other day of a guy going back and forth about what Democrats and Republicans did. This is another one of these videos. So who killed Lincoln? Democrats or Republicans? Who killed JFK? Democrats. Who killed MLK? Democrats. Who created the KKK? Democrats. Wow, lynchings? Democrats. That's unreal. Segregation? Democrats. Created Jim Crow? Democrats. Wow. Internment camps? Democrats. The Confederacy? Democrats. And killed Charlie Kirk? Democrats. And that's so true. Who's being blamed for everything? Republicans. That's what's so crazy to me. Republicans have never preached about race. It's always been the Democrats, but yet, it's always been the Democrats, but yet the Republicans get the brunt of everything. I don't know if you guys have seen Don Lemon. This dude's a straight up igmo, but he's been on the streets and been just getting absolutely cooked by just rando people about his questions.
How do you feel about the ICE raids?
The who?
ICE raids, immigration.
I feel good about them.
Yeah, you want them to crack down?
more, yes.
You do?
Yes, been wanting it for years, all my life.
And what about them, like, roughing people up?
Nah, that shit crazy. Don't put your hands on nobody. That's crazy. Don't hurt nobody. Do it the legal way.
But that's what they're doing, though.
That shit ugly. Then no, I don't feel great about that. I mean, don't hurt nobody. At the same time, get them out of here.
Well, my thing is, if you're gonna assert violence upon ICE agents and the military, the government, even local police, I believe they get to respond that way. My philosophy is our government, our police force should match energy. You know what I mean? Modern women talk about this in dating. Match energy. You're going to throw stuff at us. They're going to come at you with something.
Get them all out of here. Please and thank you. Trump 4 more years for that.
Did you
just for that. Just
Did
for
you
that.
vote for him?
No, hell no. I can't vote. I lost my voting rights when I was 22 years old. I apologize.
You went away?
Yeah, for assault and battery.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you said 4 more years for Trump?
Just because I want him to concentrate on nothing but immigration and getting them out of here. Just for that.
You don't think they
Nothing
contribute
else.
to the economy at all?
Of course they do.
I hate this argument that they contribute to the economy. A lot of these people are paid under the table. They're not paying taxes. They're getting paid cash. Wouldn't it be better to empower the people that live here and pay taxes and have jobs? And this is the argument that a lot of Democrats throw is like, well, all the illegal immigrants are the ones that do all the labor. And have you seen the shoddy work that we're seeing right now? Paid under the table. Like this is a brand new house. It's a 3.2, it's 1,200 square foot. I don't know who it was made by, but it was pretty shoddy work. A lot of discrepancies when we went through this house. I've already got cracks in the ceiling. This house is less than 3 years old. It wasn't made well. It wasn't made well at all. So, you know, what's wrong? Like, they always say, well, don't you think we need those guys for the labor and the economy? Don't we need our own people for labor and economy? What happened to empowering our own people?
Because they had, at the same time, think about the people who wasn't able to contribute because the immigrants was there. You know what I'm saying? The people who live here and who was born here, was raised here, who has the same skill set that they have, but wasn't able to do their job because they were there illegally to do it. Yeah. Now the people who's here legally, like me, I guess you, him, can't do that job because them people who are illegal are doing it, which is not cool for us.
But you know they're having trouble filling jobs. They can't find people to fill jobs.
Shit,
they're getting rid of so many people.
Okay, what kind of jobs are they? You know,
all over in the service industry and
false
farming.
Because it's like
no, false. That is not true.
Everybody got to reset. They're gonna reset themselves. That's all they got to do. Reset themselves.
The farmers are complaining about it, that they want Trump to ease up a little bit because they thought they were just going to do the violent people. They need undocumented immigrants in order to get food to your table.
It's not true, bro. It's not true.
No, that is true.
Let's do a little quick Google search. Do farmers need illegal immigrants today, whatever. There's a widespread reliance on undocumented immigrants for labor within the U.S. agricultural sector. Today, farmers often cite labor shortages and an unwillingness of U.S. citizens to perform strenuous seasonal field work as reasons for their dependence. For decades, immigrant labor, including undocumented workers, has been the backbone of the U.S. farm workforce. According to the USDA data from 2020 to 2022, 42% of hired crop farmers held no legal work authorization. Well, that's only 42%. That means there's 60 or 58% that do. Increased enforcement by immigration customs. This can be a result in crops rotting in the fields and drive up food prices. Agricultural economists and industry leaders argue that the current immigration system does not meet the labor demands of the farming sector, forcing many farmers to rely on undocumented labor. Civil penalties filed for knowingly hiring unauthorized workers can range from $250 to $10,000 per worker. So I don't know, man. I feel like we were doing it before in like the 60s and 70s and we were fine, right? Did farmers ever always rely on Americans? I feel like at a certain time they did. Early America, before industrialization, a large percentage of the population was directly involved in farming, making it more localized and family-based. Immigrants make up a large portion of the agricultural workforce, with some estimates placing the number at 73% of crop farm workers. That's a pretty high percentage there, chat. I may be eating my words here. This is why we learn. I just don't see why bringing more jobs to the people of the United States would be such a bad thing, though. And to me, it sounds a bit exploitative. We can only do these jobs if we have immigrants. That just doesn't have a good ring to it, in my opinion. You know, like the left is like, oh no, we have to have those guys. If we don't have those guys, we can't use them, because that's essentially what it is. Like, you want to use them for undocumented labor and you want to pay them less. To me, that's like, it's kind of not a form of slavery, but it kind of is. Like, you want to pay them less and get less quality. You're just stingy. I don't know. I'd rather pay 30 cents more for a gallon of milk knowing that an American has the job. But that's just me. I'd rather pay $1 extra, because the thing is, I have autonomy on what I'm buying. Like with the whole tariffs thing, peanut butter's $1 more. Cool, whatever. Groceries are a little bit more expensive. I'm okay with that. I have the autonomy to choose what I buy. Conservatism and Trump broke up my family.
I haven't spoken to or seen my dad in like 6 years because of Trump mostly. But it started way earlier than that.
Imagine being so childish that you stop talking to a family member over their political affiliation. This is crazy. This is like, I'm still kind of old school in this regard. Like, dude, it's okay to disagree sometimes. But it seems like now we're driving further and further apart because it's more of an argument of good and evil and not conservative and Democrat, or Republican and Democrat.
2009, I went to college, and one of the first things that he said to me was just don't become a liberal. Because I was raised, in an evangelical home, extremely conservative, big on GUNs, like all of that. And of course I went to school, and that was like exactly what I did. And
well, yeah, that's why we need to abolish the Department of Education, because young women go like this to school and they come back brainwashed.
And, then the 2012 election came around and I voted for Obama, and that was when we really started to butt heads. And then the 2016 election happened, and one of my sisters and I got on a conference call with him and literally begged him for hours to change his mind and not vote for Trump. And, we begged him for 8 years probably, starting before the 2020 or the 2012 election, and then continuing through the 2016 election and 3 years beyond that, just begging him to learn and grow, and he just refused. And my mom followed suit. One of our other sisters followed suit, and now none of our family really speaks. And sometimes I'm curious, if he did change. So I go look at his Facebook, and it's just, those typical boomer memes that are super anti-liberal and anti-progressive. And I'm marrying a woman, I don't even know if they know that, but today this
completely brainwashed
Supreme Court ruling about the LA racial profiling with immigration just got to me. It all fucking gets to me, but this got to me because it's this is the shit that my family supports and does and believes in. And it's just how?
Bro, I remember back in my day, you could agree to disagree. Somebody could be an atheist and another person could be a Christian, and it was all hunky-dory and fine. When Cass and I met, she was a Christian and I was an atheist. I don't know what other polar opposites you could have than those two right there. We have so many smooth-brained people, and this is on both sides, that think you have to write people off. And maybe it'll get to that point. I don't know. But I'm a firm believer. I'm very opinionated. So I've never ever thought, oh, I'm only going to be friends with people that are always on the same page as me. I'm too opinionated. If that was the case, I'd be so isolated, just be me. You just know. It's just like when you go to Thanksgiving. It's like an unwritten rule. When you walk in at Thanksgiving, here's the things you don't talk about. You don't talk about politics. You don't talk about religion. Okay? You don't talk about politics or religion. Talk about family. Talk about how's it going. How are the kids? How's so-and-so? She in a relationship yet? How's school going? Great. Oh, that's amazing. That's what you talk about. It's like, 10 years ago when everybody was a vegan, they had to lead with, I just want you to know I'm a vegan. That was the first things out of their freaking gullet was that they were a freaking vegan. Now it's I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. Oh, okay, sorry. I just had to get that out so you know exactly my views and we can just start arguing right now. It's I got a buddy who's super liberal. He celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. He did. It was terrible. I saw it and I was like, wow, dude, you are evil. But I've known this guy since I was in college. And just as much as I want to hate him, I was like, he is entitled to his opinion. And I think other people have opportunities to grow. Who's to know over time if he might change? Is it my job to change him? No. It's not my job to change him, but that's his political belief. And I think he's an atheist too, and a male feminist. We've been close. Because you know, when we hang out, we talk about the good old days of college. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with politics. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to set our differences aside and realize, hey, we're all human, dude. It's okay to agree to disagree. Chat, even we agree to disagree sometimes. Is it tough sometimes? Yeah. Because when you hear that stuff, I'm like, man, I really want to contact your employer and snitch on you. I really do. I really do. Deep down, I want you fired. I want you struggling. But does that make me any better than anybody else because I want somebody else suffering that doesn't agree with me? That's my whole philosophy on that. Maybe I'm wrong, chat. Maybe I'm off base. Maybe I'm not harsh enough. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. But like I said, one of these days you're going to see me wearing a MAGA hat and super conservative because, dude, every day that I wake up and see what's going on, I drift more and more conservative and to the right. I never really considered myself political until the Charlie Kirk situation happened, and now it's like it's been a landslide of really what I believe in, how I want my family to be, you know, who I want to be, you know, surrounded by, and things like that. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I hope Lokes enjoyed this. He's like, I did, Father. He's asleep. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It was good to have you guys out, man. Until next time. Peace. Levi Nichs.